Brian Ross investigates, but his story gets pushed back because the news would rather talk about viral videos of cats, and a man on Facebook complains that that's not news, but everyone gangs up on him and says, don't be so tight, don't you like good news? But those people are missing the point, because the media speaks on their terms instead of the watchdog. We're gonna let genocide happen, because we're gonna talk about treating Jews than the Indian, and that's how they get away. And the media wants you to think that it's okay to ignore the truth, so they keep you afraid with things that aren't real, like a black guy popping a pill and raping your wife. And then people who have never seen boobs in real life say things like, there's the Janeway and the right way, as if she's the only one to break the Prime Directive. But they forget about Benjamin Sisko. He was practically a drone to a non-Federation planet, and he lied and killed to get the Romulans into the war. Oh, but I guess Janeway's the whore because she's a woman on a science fiction program who doesn't have big boobs. So we'll give a 7 of 9 to boost the ratings and the blood flow to men's penises. And her camel toe is the best in the Delta Quadrant, and her breasts are impeccable. And then they give us DePaul making her work to trip, and they give Spock getting a blowjob from Aurora, and they replace Cerebral with lens flares and explosions, because that's what people want, but not what they need, and we still insist that our minds have been freed. And Speaker of the House, John Boehner, gets a boner and sticks it in Nancy Pelosi, but you don't know who any of those people are, so you don't care. And then you pull out your underwear and masturbate at the thought of what I just said, and that's why I wish people like you were dead. And the Ken Burns effect leaves you fully erect as it sweeps over images of naked black women. But it's okay, because they're not real people. We call it indigenous nudity. It's okay as long as it's not white men and white women. Because God forbid we see them naked, because we could be sexual desire. But if it's someone from a third world country, they're like animals. That's what we're saying when we say it's indigenous nudity. That's why we think of ourselves as gods. Because we're white and we're Americans. Every night I wake up and I have to pee. Well, that's because the alcohol tells me who to be. It tells me that you must be someone that you're not, 'cause your friends won't think you're cool if you don't break a couple rules. If you don't do what they say, then they'll take you away. Just like the horses from yesterday, they won't let you obey your heart. They'll make you obey everything they say, and then they'll take everything to the bay, where the seahorses swim up out of the water, and they command armies to destroy the children of nations, and they command that we all worship them. Just like the Jezebels of our generation, shaking their asses on the television set and wearing revealing clothing. They get men all up in a horny little bind. They can't do anything but think about them. And then they talk to us like we're some sort of child that needs to be tamed. But honey, guess what? I have a brain of my own. And my sex drive is just a side effect of everything that I've been forced to swallow. Like the media and pictures. The
that you find under your brother's mattress when you're young. And you look at them because you feel nothing else inside but lust. There's a trust that you must renew every time you choose to go to the bathroom and lock the door. You tell your mother you have diarrhea, that's why you were in there so long. If she really knew what was going on, she'd freak out. And you'd shout and say it's not like you think. But it's okay, because everyone in your generation is doing it. So let's all command ourselves to the sword and give our lives for the man. 17 is not the answer. It's just the age when you learn how to think for yourself, so you think. But it's not true. Everything that you've gone through is a side effect of society telling you that you're nothing new. Batman's back! He's back to destroy us. And he wants to destroy everything you stand for. And a bowl of soup, it comes over. And you tell jokes about the soup Nazi as if you're the only one who likes that. You think you're so original, because you know all the words to Mr. Plow. But do you really know how to create your own comedy? And in the harshness of the harsh winter, it blows in from the east, and guerrilla warfare conquers our minds. And you tell me that I need to get a wife. Well, that's easy for you to say with your mortgage in your life. Your kids don't respect you. You use up all the money you earn on cell phones and apps. They tell you they need more because they dress like a whore. Everyone else is doing it. So you say, yeah, anything you work on, and you pull a gun out of the dresser drawer and put it to your head, and you wish that you were dead, but they depend on you a little too much. That's the life I need to obtain, if you say so. So I'll go to college for a couple of years, slam down a couple of beers, and then I'll vote against all the rights for the queers. Because that's the path we all should take, according to you. And then the zebras, they are running just like they did the time I said they did. And they eat berries off the tree. And they swim into the sea. And cigars, they are the favorite object of the wealthy man. Rehash the same lesson, but it's because you're stupid and it doesn't soak into your brain. There's a poster on the wall with little birds, and a calendar with pink things no one knows about, and a hat hanging from the ceiling where you keep your pencils in, because you have nothing else. And you look down on the man who only has a coat and a sidewalk to sleep on. And you say, I'll never end up like him because I'm so much better. You're a human being too, but I don't like you. That's what you say. Then they take everything away. Books on your shelf, they give you this false sense that you're smart. Because you read those books, you're a little more elegant. They have the same common sense that you do, they just aren't educated. So they're ignorant, they're not stupid, but you're so stupid that you think that you're smarter. And the posters, they are the poster child of posters. And the light bulbs, they burn real bright and melt the shape of your heart. And the lampshade catches on fire. And the only desire you have is to watch Johnny Bravo. And you learn your lessons from him. And then you talk to Carl. don't listen to a damn thing he says because you're looking in the mirror and you hold all your false sense of security dear. Sam's choice. It's a choice to be like everyone else. And Vaseline, rub it on your body because it's the only thing that makes you feel sensuous. It's the only thing you can find with the captain. Ran out of the good stuff. And then you light up the cloud and listen to your music really loud. And you think you're so original. You're so original that you do the things that millions of people have done before. And then you bang some more. And you shut the door so your parents don't find out. And you tap on your heart with little needles. Needles that the doctors gave you in a bag that says caution. You don't care. Everyone dares. And the basket of clothes on your dresser, you get dressed in time for work. Because it's the only thing you have to look forward to in your miserable day. Isn't it awkward that the one thing you hate the most, your job, is the only sense of normality that you want? When you're on vacation, you're thinking about, what am I going to tell my buddies at work? And when you're at work, you say you hate it there. So I want to dare open your mouth more. Because everything you say is going to be a contradiction. And your vinyl records, they record your feelings for flashy objects. You say you're not materialistic, and then you buy those type of bands on a piece of material. And you eat a bowl of cereal, and you think that you're the only one who eats cereal at night. Something isn't right because the mouse crept in through the little hole in the door. I am not here to say that I'm better than you today, because 75 to 85% of what I say is about me today. And then you walk away and you throw a water bottle out of a car onto an oncoming truck and slams on his brakes and collides with an instrument of fear. And you wouldn't go near the accident because you caused it. But you don't want to get arrested, so you just drive off. You think about that every day, how that man is dead and his children don't have anyone anymore today. And you just stink a little in your mind because it smells like spoiled cheese. Spoiled cheese that you left in the back of your car when you were banging that little car. And you told her mom that you'd be back by midnight, but you gave her Benadryl so she'd fall asleep. And you lifted up her skirt, and you did things that would make everyone ashamed. You don't care because you got what you need. And you're such an addict to an impulse. And then you judge the fat man because he can't control his appetite for food. That's really rude, because you can't control your appetite for sex. So either don't be a hypocrite or admit what you are and play guitar with your friends. And you will see that you are like everybody in history. And you're drowning in the sea. And you don't know how to be. And then, listen, hold on. A little crack in our crackle. Pinda stabulated to Lukulama. Zikitulu. Now you can pick up where you've left. You didn't expect me to stop so quickly, but I didn't expect you to do what everybody tells you to do. Americans. Even the black Americans are racist. Even the Mexicans are racist. And even the license plates of Florida and New York, they're all full of racist people driving by your house. And they say that you're poor, and your girlfriend must be your whore, and you got a deer on the wall as you drink beer and all. And then you talk to the dogs when you're all alone. Cause your wife's out with a guy, and it sounds like everyone loves rain. And you're eating a cup of ramen, and the PlayStation takes over your mind. But you like workers on a balance, eating their lunch like workers on a balance beam, workers on the balance beam, eating their lunch, and they try to put out the fire with a yellow fire extinguisher, and they say they're using Asians, so they're not racist because they're employing people that they deplore. And then they go find little whore. But there's no pretty white ones, only people who can afford healthcare. And they try to shoot down Obama. They say Obama's the false messiah. And they say that the television is the true God. And they say that nipples are our dignity. But electric plugs in the wall. And blues signs to show your local St. Louis team. And they say that your mind is a scheme. And Lady Antebellum, they make a lot of money using other people's songs. And they talk about being drunk, and they don't support alcohol. And then you find a girl in the hall, and you listen to Tim McGraw, and the bagels that come over to your plate to be fed butter so you can in turn eat them. It's just like the government and its people. And then the Frankie dog comes up on the couch, and he becomes a hot dog. And then the blues games, the clocks, they tell us the time. It's time to think about a new messiah, they say. Obama's past his prime, so let's put a Mormon in there, that'll fix things. But he has 99.9% the same political views. But you say at least he doesn't support the Jews. And then you play a guitar with a slug in your eye. And the piggy bank lives. You think there's a portable DVD in your suitcase full of sin. Your mother was a strong woman, and your father was a hard worker. But they went insane trying to pay for your cell phone bill. And they said you're like someone's deal. You're a deal that went south. Because they didn't expect to raise you that way. But the schools tell you that you're probably gay. And pretty soon it gets into your mind and you think you were born that way. And then your underwear decays. And the priest will cure you of homophobia. They say it's part of nature. Nature to be corrupt, I see. And cigarettes on your computer, cigarettes in your mind, cigarettes everywhere, you are blind. And you think about the fan. You're a fan of economics, but you don't know a thing. You think about the fire extinguisher that was yellow, but you're just a belly that's yellow. And you swallow the dreams that your parents said you could never have. but Disney Channel said it's okay.
Yeah, Disney Channel said it's okay. They say you should hate gays. Why should you hate somebody because they're different? They might be a little confused, but that's no reason to make them all bruised. And then the football game, it decides who you are. If your team doesn't win, you'll go crazy. God forbid a football team from your city would lose. You'll just go insane. Even though there's people losing their homes because they can't afford the mortgage. But your little problem is that your little team didn't win. No, you have your priorities straight. And you will not release the tension. And your dog is frightened when you sing songs on the couch. Shirtless with a guitar. And you're listening to Guar. And then you talk about the clicker, how the buttons don't work. And you talk about your penis, how you have to always jerk. And the stairs fall down with suitcases. Bring me the horizon. Not that faggy band. I'm just saying, bring it to me in a bottle. And then you tuck your ceiling fans. You talk to your fire, smoke detectors, fire, smoke detectors. Detect the robots on the stairs. And then the suitcase comes to your house. It's got a little dog inside. And the guitar keeps strumming, slower than ever. And the dogs, they're all looking at you. But the television will straighten you out, without a doubt. Now play that guitar like it's a catastrophe! Smoke cigarettes every day. And then you go home and you're homeless. And then you go homeless and you're home. The dartboards, they tell you you should pick a flight to Dallas. Yeah, let's all go to Dallas. And choose a suitcase wisely. Alright, how many of y'all are ready for track 2? Well, it starts as soon as you do. Policemen, they never care about what you do or how you do it. They just care about making money for their family and friends. Black kids, they're the same as the white kids, but they're easier to pick on because they have no lawyers to defend them in their corner. So I am a little bit skeptical that the dartboards will ever be destroyed, and the posters of criminals are here for everyone to laugh at because there's no justice in earth. When they finally take away my justice, I will say that that was yesterday. And you're afraid. But what are you scared of? 'Cause justice is blind, except when it sees something a little bit darker. And darkness will take us when we finally reach the conclusion that we're better off this way. Because darkness is the most comfortable place for the masses to live in. Light is too much work.
The light and everything that is right is a little inconvenient. So the solar system revolves around the rich people. But the rich people don't care about umbrellas. They'll have their maids lift it for them. But who's gonna keep the maids out of the rain? Because there's no one to hold their umbrella while they're pulling it for their master, who they have no choice but to follow. And all the sluts will swallow, because it's a little bit easy when the teacher is getting blown for their grades to be shown as being significant. And they'll have a future, but it's not an honest one. But honesty was something we gave up on a long time ago. And then the school system is designed by sex addicts. And all they want to do is for you to take a drink of their insanity. And we'll pass out all the drugs we want. And we wouldn't tell our children about them, except that they're bad. Because your mom and your dad never did it, even though they lied and they did. And then there's a Seahawk, and it's flying for its children, it's flying for itself, but it won't fly for the ignorance that needs to be destroyed. It won't fly for the black men, or the Mexicans, or the Eskimos, who will fight for them. Not me, because I'm too content. Not you, you're in love with horse glue. And everyone will say that they're gonna take us away, and grape-flavored medicine will go down the children a little easier because it's not as disgusting as what they're fed, but it's the same garbage with a little bit sweeter flavor to it. And you can't take it to the bank, the fact that everyone hates football teams from other countries, because that kind of football is too boring. We want violence. We want hard tackles. We want hard shell tacos. And call it Mexican, even though it was invented by a white guy in the 50s. And you'll take away the breath of everyone who's in your way. And you'll take away all the freedom that gets in your own way. And the clouds will turn gray, and the sky will open up, and rain will fall that's made from poison of grinding up the little children. There's nothing in life that can take away the stain of all the blood from children. Blood forced trauma to their skull from all those teachings that we say will make them whole. Like, live for yourself, go to college and get a degree, but don't worry about that man who's drowning in the sea. He'll find his own way out, because that's what we're taught. And then the tomatoes and the farm and everything that they grow to feed us, because we're too lazy to plant it ourselves. But he'll build a city over the farm, so we'll have to kill someone else's houses and build the farm there. But then the glasses, they're back with a vengeance this time. And they can see, but they only see what the man wants you to see. Because he painted them this time. He realized you'd get them back, so he put a sticker with an image that he wants you to think about. And amplifiers amplify madness. And they watch on little screens as the children scream. The fire is chasing them down an 80-inch hall, and will never be with Tim McGraw. Even though they're little country kids and they look up to him, he's too busy making money. And And then these hot shots with monocles and top hats, they tell us we need to smoke more cigars, and then we'll be popular. And the hipsters say hip hip hooray for everything except the gay sense that we get when that smirk comes over our faces from the violent images that we see in the films. The films tell us we should murder anyone who does us wrong. And they wouldn't be so far off if it weren't for the little fact that they say they have a religion that teaches love. They don't believe that, they just say they do. And then they want to force it on you. And everybody knows about cell phones. I've talked about it before. And I've talked about the fact that you're a whore. And then the door opens upstairs. So we call it a night. That ain't right. Let's make a little start of a sandwich. But put a little poison on it this time. So that way it'll go down easy. You're a gentleman and silence. That's the end of our story for now. But we'll be back with a new lowbrow.
I'm Lieutenant Williams, a police officer attached to the Juvenile Division. I'm on my way to Monroe Junior High School to talk to a group of young people. That looks innocent enough, doesn't it? Lots of young people hitchhike. Seems like a good way to get from one place to another. But sometimes there are dangers involved that never meet the eye. Let's take the case of Jimmy Barnes. Jimmy played baseball all afternoon, and he didn't feel like walking home, so he decided to thumb a ride. He'd done it 100 times before, and he didn't think anything was unusual when the driver struck up a friendly conversation. In fact, he seemed like a real nice guy. He asked Jimmy if he played baseball in the park often. Jimmy told him they practiced 3 times a week and played a rival group on Friday afternoon. The stranger was a good listener, too, and it only seemed minutes before they pulled up in front of Jimmy's house. When Jimmy got out, the stranger gave him a friendly pat. Then he told him he'd see him again, as he always drove by the park on his way home. Sure enough, the following day, when Jimmy finished playing ball, well, the man was there waiting. They stopped at a drive-in, and the stranger treated him to a Coke. During their conversation, he told several off-color jokes, but Jimmy had heard others before, and well, it made him feel big to so easily win the confidence of an older person. The following Saturday, they went fishing together. By now, they were using first names. Ralph said it was more friendly. Jimmy hadn't enjoyed himself so much in a long time. Then during lunch, Ralph showed him some pornographic pictures. Jimmy knew he shouldn't be interested, but, well, he was curious. What Jimmy didn't know was that Ralph was sick, a sickness that was not visible like smallpox, but no less dangerous and contagious, a sickness of the mind. You see, Ralph was a homosexual, a person who demands an intimate relationship with members of their own sex. But by now, Jimmy felt a fondness for Ralph, and they continued to go places together. Ralph was generous and took Jimmy many interesting places and did many nice things for him. He bought presents and even gave him money, but payments were expected in return. You see, Jimmy hadn't recognized Ralph's approach soon enough. When Ralph first asked Jimmy to go fishing alone, he should have discussed it with his parents or teacher. Finally, Jimmy told his parents, and they reported it to the juvenile authorities. Ralph was arrested, and Jimmy was released on probation in the custody of his parents. But all homosexuals are not passive. Some resort to violence, as in the case of Mike Merrick. In the heat of competition, no one noticed the man who sat and watched. And when the game broke up and the others left, Mike decided to stay and practice a little longer. The stranger joined him. He was friendly and, well, it was better than playing alone. But after a few shots, Mike realized he had already overstayed his time and suggested he better leave. The stranger told him if he'd like to stay longer, he'd be glad to drive him home when they finished. Sounded great to Mike. Chance to play longer and get a ride home, too. When they finished, the stranger told him he'd make a fine player someday if he got lots of practice. The companionship, the praise, the friendly attitude dispelled any misgivings Mike might have had about going with a stranger. He probably never realized until too late that he was riding in the shadow of death. But sometime that evening, Mike Merrick traded his life for a newspaper headline. As Denny and Jerry got the papers ready for Jerry's afternoon delivery, they only casually noticed the two boys that raced by in the afternoon traffic, and they didn't pay much attention to the car that drew up shortly afterwards until the man called them over. Had two boys been by on bicycles? The boys nodded they had. Could they recognize them if they saw them again? Well, Denny guessed he could. Then hop in, the man said. Those are stolen bikes. Without giving it another thought, Denny got in and the car sped away. Jerry watched. He'd been told many times, if a friend got in a car with a stranger, to write down the license number. It didn't seem to apply, but, well, fortunately, he marked it down. When he delivered a paper to Denny's house, he asked his mother if they'd caught the boys that had stolen the bicycles. Denny hadn't returned, so he told her the story and gave her the paper with the license number. Being a careful parent, she decided to call the police. Jerry supplied the necessary information, and the stranger's car was quickly spotted. It was a good example of how important it is to always get the license number and description of any stranger who takes a young person off alone, no matter what they tell you. Public restrooms can often be a hangout for the homosexual. Bobby and his friends hadn't noticed the man who had been in the restroom when they changed, And as it was late, he suggested they take the shortcut under the pier, but the others preferred to take the more traveled way home. When Bobby recognized the stranger as the man in the restroom, the shortcut under the pier didn't seem like a good idea at all. After all, it's more fun to stay with your friends anyway. Bobby had made a wise decision. It may have saved his life. The decision is always yours, and your whole future may depend on making the right one. So no matter where you meet a stranger, be careful if they are too friendly, if they try to win your confidence too quickly, and if they become overly personal. One never knows when the homosexual is about. He may appear normal, and it may be too late when you discover he is mentally ill. So keep with your group, and don't go off alone with strangers unless you have the permission of your parent or teacher.
Alright, let's get this show on the road, baby. You are someone that I don't want you to be, but then I'll see that you are a woman for me. As you talk to God, and I talk to things that no one wants to see, that no one wants to face in the night, like chili dogs without seasoning, like flowers on top of a television set, with the nail clippers are their only friends. Yet somehow I find it a little bit scary. And you are all alone with your girlfriend and her armpits are hairy. But at least you have a baby to call home. And the dust settles beneath the strings of the guitar. And the horses march. They march, march, march in the rain, looking for answers, but they'll never find it until the guitar picks it up again. You think I'm just a creepy little guy without any friends? But how would you know you never ask me a question? Someone's coming. But you never know what might become of your friends when they're dead. But you always get inside their head, and that's when it hits you. The sickness spreads with guitar picks on strings, and dust fills the hallway so the children can't breathe. But they put the mask on anyway to try to stop it, but you know it won't work because your grandma's sick. And then the tubes of fear get injected into your soul, and the guitar will play and make you whole. But you talk on internets with your glasses, preaching about computers are better than Xboxes. Well, guess what? No one gives a fuck, because no one even cares what you look like. They just care that you're a creep. And then shirts come over for a visit, and Barbie turns to Ben, and she thinks that she's insane, but it's the only path she knows, as her ambiguity shows. And borrowed lyrics from popular artists never take much room for bread. They only take up what the sickness spreads. And then, Doritos, they try to take your consciousness away from what matters. It's all part of the system that man designed. He wants to keep you ignorant with Taco Bell, but you'll go to hell. And then you think about it, and really all there is in life is vanity. what? They're scared of what you will think. So we're all in a vicious circle. And Conan O'Brien tries to talk you out of your sleep, but you don't listen. Because you're really into motorcycles and flashy things, but not the things that matter. So your eyelids scatter and try to locate the phone that Batman already picked up, and his nipples look like the clocks of a tower. But nobody cares, because they're all in their minds, and their minds tell them lies, and lies tell them minds. So the flowers will take over, and the pizza comes to his house. But he's too lazy to answer the door, so I guess I'll go hungry. Just like the masses in their tummy desire the truth. But guess what? Batman is a ghost. He's not real. There is nothing that can save you from yourself. Except for, you guessed it, yourself. But guess what? There's no such thing as cell phones if the Riddler had his way. But then the speakers speak about glorious things. And they tell you that the air exhaust fumes for the car will take you to a new bar. And you get drunk and sing about women. Guess what? I don't sing about women. It's pointless because they'll break your heart after a night. And I don't sing about men because I don't go that way. No, I don't even think about it. And you're so afraid. And your keychain takes you to places your mind is afraid of. The goose in the ground, the bugs that make no sound, that crawl inside your brain. Sang. But the string, it randomly picks a song for you to conquer. And you don't care, because you're on your Concorde. And it's a flight to the moon, but the gravity sensor's off, so you float off, and you float away. No one will see you, not another day. And the boys online and the media, such an epidemic, but nobody gives a fuck because it's not true. Just like you're just the imagination of a monster. A monster in another universe who has nightmares about us, or the horrible creatures that frighten him. And yet we're so scared of little spiders crawling in the attic. Oh, we'll wake up and he'll be dead. We'll be the ones where the sickness spreads. Let's all live under a rock. Bomb my rock and read our stock. You're a cock. But that's all I can say, because the TV will take me away. And then the children will run after horses. And the cell phones, they try to sell us every minute of every hour of every day. But we can't find a way, because insanity will take us away. You're insane. I love you, but I hate you. You're on my mind. You're on my mind. I love you, but I hate you. You're on my mind. You're on my mind. I can't get you out. And the song keeps going without me. That's all it ever does. Life keeps going. It doesn't stop for you because it's all a script. And a combination. George Washington is a lie. And if you think otherwise, you're a wretched fly. And everyone will die when I'm done. And the buildings crash into the sky, and the children want to fly or flies, and then they become like a machine, rehashing the words that they learn in school till their mind is filled with useless drool. And everyone tells them to be an astronaut, but no one tells them to be themselves. Cell phones will tell us who to be, and cell phone towers will take us to the reef, where we all will float on. And heroin's outlawed, but guns are okay, and everyone will join the KKK, cause Obama's so dangerous, even though he's the same as the rest of the scum. It teaches us to be. Existence doesn't exist. And you are a fly. And then you wonder why all your grandparents died. But guess what? They're all alive. It's just not here. You only see little parts at a time. Those you're stuck inside the other man's dime. And basketball players will explode and turn into fire. But no one ever sings in the holy choir. But peanuts wait in line for a show they can't miss. But honey, I insist that you stay up for Conan, cause it's a little more smart than all those sucker sweethearts who walk out waving like they've got earrings that cost $1 million. But guess what? There's no such thing as the moon. It disappeared because I drank it in a glass by the sea. And they still try to tell me who to be. They still try to tell me that the moon is there. But I don't care because I drank it. And they just stare and say that I'm crazy. But it's really just because they're too fucking lazy. And you are a cell phone caught inside a shoehorn, and the keys of vanity. They preach the hopeless choirs of insanity. And the life goes on, but the wife will find you and drag you along and said, give up your lessons. Give up your dreams. Join all the Republicans and the Democrats and their schemes. Cause freedom is whatever the honest man pays for in his pocketbook. With paper that doesn't exist, it represents something that's not real. But it's the other way around for the one who they say can heal. And you will think I'm crazy, but you're really just fucking lazy. Yeah, you think I'm gone, but you're really the type of person that wears a thong. I found a stick of deodorant on the side of North Kings Highway, but that's the shy way of dealing with all the byways. The ways we talk to crumbling rappers in the street without any mountain lightning or the more expensive Mountain Dew, and then they buy a car and a shoe. But we don't have a lamp today. No, we will never find a way to rid our society of parasites. Specifically the Mexican ones that nobody likes. Because we're selfish. And we don't eat selfish because they're not kosher. But what's so wrong about being a little different? The guitar's too vulgar for children. But what if Batman came here? I'm afraid Batman might be real, even though in one of the songs I said he wasn't. Because I saw him yesterday attacking an old lady. And he didn't want me to see it, so he punched me in the eye. And all the army men will die. Because no one pays for their insurance. Or they send them off to die. And then we wonder why they go crazy and bomb buildings in Oklahoma. So... let's all drink Gatorade. It's easy to swallow, like the lies they feed us on television, and the cries of children and leeches. They're on my mind right now. Not literally, but metaphorically to speak. And you're the one to seek false teachings, so it's kind of your fault, even though you're being forced upon by the man. I don't even think I have a Bowflex, but I need to get a little muscle because you'll beat me up otherwise, because your appearance is what matters, not what's inside your heart. And then licorice. It'll liquor all of our Ishtamal teachings that we should hold hands with cell phones and then we smoke a cloud of drugs and we want a lot of hugs because we're insecure and we think nobody loves us. But what if alcohol poisoning loves us? Will we tell that to give us a hug? And what if murderers love us when we tell them that we're too smug for them? And insulation is procrastination. Fuck you! If you're in the White House, by the way, I just felt like saying it because everyone who's ever lived in that house is a fake, especially the early ones. And even more so the late, because all they do is masturbate to Monica Lewinsky. Take our tax dollars for a ride. Fake things like 9/11. Because it's easy for them to sit up there and make the rules for the rest of us while they eat ham and drink liquor and talk about how the common folks stink. Well, remember that deodorant I found at the beginning of the song? I'm gonna use that, so maybe they'll let me in for a day. And I can see why they say all the things that they say. But I am afraid that you have misunderstood everything I've said. You'll probably take the things I said sarcastically, literally. The things I said literally are sarcastic. Or maybe you get it right, but you don't care. So let's all eat a pear. Parasite. That ain't right. Hey, I'm gonna leave for a little bit. Keep playing though. Bye. Don't stop playing though. Everyone's dead. Wait, I'm not going yet. Hold on. Keep playing. I'm still not going yet, so keep playing. Hey guys, I'm back. I had to do cheating. I didn't even say anything while I was gone. Probably. There's probably a government agent here too. They probably told you what to do. Oh hey, that's a different instrument. Don't do that! Because society tells you to stick to what you know. Oh, wait, that might have been a little good. But we'll never know, because the government never told us we could. You're afraid of little locust. Yeah, I think this is a good spot to end the song, because the government just told me. Nah, keep going, I don't give a fuck. Religious crud comes to preach to us that the only right religion is the one that teaches us to be selfish. But my religion tells me to lay down my life for my enemies. That's a little bit weird in your eyes, but you never saw something sound judge it till you try it. And then I once was talking to a grandson of mine. But I don't have a grandson, so maybe I was in the future. The aliens. The aliens. They might have told me in the future. They don't have a sense of time. Kurt Vonnegut told me so. Then then you take away my hammer. Well, what do I have left? Nothing to bash the critics with. So I guess I'm on my own. And you're on a phone, drinking Soylent Green. You turn it into liquid because it tastes better. People aren't real because they're something you consume. And then you become a groom and say, hey, marry me, lady. I don't need a commitment. I'm just going to lie and say I do. So you get a mortgage. You think if you have a child, it might help your love for each other. But you still hate each other. You just lied in front of God, in front of the church, in front of all the people who came to your wedding. You said that for better or for worse, but that was just a curse word. Because you didn't mean it, just like you don't mean to pay your taxes, but they take it out of your check. And then everyone in America is a lunatic like me. But you'll see that the transformadons and I don't even know what I was going to say. Because the government took it away. They knew I was getting on to the truth. And they zapped my brain like a kloof. A kloof is not real. It's some word I blade up with broccoli. Zippers zip through the air. You don't care. How do you decide when to go on a ride? You take a bunch of pills, and all those cheap thrills, and transform your life into the latest fad. Well, you all love your dad because he was never proud of your occupation. So you stick to masturbation. Oh, I wish this wasn't the end, but I have no friend, except the man with the guitar, but he's busy drinking at the bar, and he said, you are nothing more than what I can say you'll be. You are the fantasy of everything I want to be. And then everyone takes away the shots and turkey and the gray. And everyone says to me, you should be who I want you to be. Bye. Not. We're still here. Oh wait, no, we do have to go. We're running out of time. But the government put another line in my Taco Bell. Bye. You and me are like a fish in the sea, full of Cheez-Its and bumper stickers on the roof. You have no clue what I'm saying, but you better be spraying, 'cause the bandit on your face tells a story of trying to hide the acne that makes you sorry. And your lips tell a lie to the children of smoke detectors and the can on your roof. Oh, they tell you your toes can't be more than they want to be forever. Deodorant is your friend, and sandwiches don't have to pretend. But Channel 11, it tells you to be patient. And it tells you that your cups will take you home. 'Cause everything's a hat made of fur. And everything's a cigarette with a spur. You're nothing but a man who thinks you've joined the Ku Klux Klan. And everybody says they want to be a child star on MTV. But you're lying, 'cause you tried. And the cigarettes will not die. Pause the music for a sec, and then break it down. Your cigarettes will be gods among us, and your cell phones are our keeper's best friend. You're a Keebler elf made of earplugs. You're a light bulb with no electricity. You're a cell phone. You're an autonomata. Simba, you killed your dad. Because you wouldn't listen. You went into the dark valley. And the children of the witches, they watch the ashes burn. And everybody wants to be the cigarettes that they learn. You want to be an Xbox, and no one wants to be a PlayStation 3, because it's too high tech for people who watch the MTV. Everybody join me. And then the cigarettes join us from above. And then the cancer is a lie. And then they cured AIDS, but they say that the cure will encourage people to be gay. Well, that's not what I heard you say. When your daughter got it from a cell phone, and the bag tells you to be a liar full of curtains. And Kirk Cameron makes all kinds of movies about God, but he won't give his money to charity. Isn't that odd? I don't really know what this program is. It could be not true, but everybody wants to be an animaniac and a Jew. And your cigarettes, they're still burning brighter as they ever were. And the women on your t-shirt compete for the posters. And the black lights reveal what you were sitting on your bed last night. And everyone is a sign on the door. They want to be another whore. And everyone is a cashew made of shoes. And everybody is this road that's burning with desire. And the KKK is still a liar. Take me alive, 'cause my ignorance is straight, and you don't know how to debate. But then the whiskers take you for a ride. Will you please be my bride? And then there's a picture of a dog with an underbite, looking up at you, that ain't right. And everyone is a cell phone. And you wish that the guitar was more of a leader, but instead you drink 2 liters of Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. And you watch your favorite shows on Netflix. You think you're the only one who knows about that show. But nuh-uh. There's a whole community of people that are just like you. You're not unique, you're pathetic. Yeah, now take me away. And your Sky Angel keeps family-friendly programming on the air, so you don't have to watch the bad things if you dare. And your children will grow up normal. And the Joker, he's my favorite villain. Not because of what he did to those people on the boat, but because of the makeup he wears. He's hiding. At least he can be honest with himself, unlike the villains that are called Superman. He's an evil one. He tries to be more than he can be. And the acid is out. So you switch to cocaine, but you don't even know how to use it. You're a simple child. And the MTV is a little bit wild. And you are a square, but you're a square on a button that leads to a home. And then the apps, they take you away. And Angry Birds is your only way to tell your friends that you're cool. 'Cause you play the same games as them, play the same things as them, play 'em like a fool. But you're really just a simple little child. And then the wind skin is made from the bladders of animals. 'Cause they couldn't take the piss anymore. And you are still the man who's standing at the door. Forgive me, Nashville. Forgive me, friends. Forgive me, everyone. Do a little dance. Forgive me, Nashville. Forgive me, France. Forgive me, everybody. Do a little dance. Rap about your mom. Rap about your dad. But sooner or later, you're gonna be sad. Everyone's a heroin addict. So let's take us to a simple little town. And I know you can't hear this, but you will in the sound. And I bet you are afraid of Muslims, 'cause Rush Limbaugh told you to be. Rush Limbaugh. He's your new messiah. You do whatever he tells you, like Bill O'Reilly. Everyone is kind of wily, blah, 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 blah. Everybody doesn't know what to do. So let's listen to the other side instead. That'll be okay. Fools. Sundrop is a soda you can only get in certain parts of the world. And you can't even get drinking water in Africa. You're a fish that's been broken, a snail that's been shunned. You're everything broken, everything is gone. And you're still afraid of people's courts. So they take me to France, and they take us all away, and the guitar picks something new for you, tells you what to do. Let's all be afraid, let's all run away, let's all like Tim McGraw. Millhaven every day, and then you say to yourself, straws, 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 you're drawing at straws, you're drawing at straws, 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 you're drawing at straws, you're drawing at straws, 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 straws.
Fingertip shopping will be one of the many homemaker's conveniences. This video console will be channeled into the store of her choice. There, a camera will scan a display of wares which she will select by push button. Another part of this console is a household monitor screen which maintains a watch on critical areas in the house, swimming pool, or yard. What the wife selects on her console will be paid for by the husband at his counterpart console. All bills and transactions will be carried out electronically. A central bank computer will debit the family's account the amount of purchases and credit the department store, for example, informing the family's home computer at the same time. Father, at the touch of a button, receives an instantaneous printed copy of his budget, the amount of taxes he owes, the payments left on the car, and so forth. All documents and household records are available on the video screen for immediate reference. Also at his disposal is an electronic correspondence machine, or home post office, which allows for instant written communication between individuals anywhere in the world. To maintain these and hundreds of complex electronic circuits, a monitor checks all circuits every few seconds, inserts a backup circuit if and when trouble develops, and alerts the communal service agency for replacement.
Just like zebras, we dance into the rain without anybody showing us. Buttons on cell phones, water bottles, lamps, and soda cans. And you are afraid of the changes that occur when I concur that life is a plastic bag. And posters are pictures of graves. But sandwiches, they feed the masses, they're so easy to make. You don't even need a microwave, which is a necessity anyway. And Benadryl, oh, it's quite a deal. 100 pills, and they'll sink you to sleep forever. But you'll never wake up once the man tells you about the gasoline. And then the glasses will break and you won't see anything but religion. Religion. It's all the same with one exception. There's only one that is actually gonna take us somewhere, but no one cares. And then CDs, they believe in soda cans, but they don't believe in a maker. And then toothbrushes and tuna, they believe in eating fast food, but they don't want you to be rude. And I am haunted by a ghost every night. He begs me to stay, but I say I can't wake up without you here tonight. And I don't like styrofoam, polyethylene, or any part of the machine. I'm just as scared as you. I live in a house without a shoe. And then you tap, 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 sporadic. Tap, 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 sporadic. I am nothing. I'm afraid of my own reflection. And you preach about hell and a lake of fire. But honey, we're already in hell. So what's there to be afraid of? And you preach about all the things that no one knows about except you. Because you're a fake, you're a fraud, dipping your hands in the ice cream basket. And that's what they all call it these days. You're a fake. No one wants you, but you sugarcoat the truth to try and make money. Clap, clap, clap for the hopeless man. There's nothing you can do. Water bottles, they're a symptom of our heart. We take something that's essential to life and bottle it, confine it, and market it. And make money off of it, just like the preachers on TV. But guess what? everything you see is made out of glass. It's a casket that no one sees through. Oh, you'll speak to me when I'm around, but you'll go around. And then the frame, or the picture you drew for your mom, it has nothing of value except to her, because her children made it. Well, guess what? She is another part of humanity. The same humanity that kills and slaughters and rapes and pillages. We're all the same. Everybody's the same. There's nothing that separates us. There's recycling of symptoms. And then cotton candy lungs from breathing in all the dirt and all the sin. And then you're so sexy with your nightgown, thinking your husband will finally want to have intimacy with you. But guess what? He's having an affair with the secretary. And you're so caught up in your children's propaganda that you don't even stop to find out the truth. But you don't want to know the truth. You know it in the back of your head. But you're too content with your 40-inch bed of nails that dig into your soul. It's called the American dream. It's a scheme. We should all live in huts. It'd be a little more romantic. Now let's all pick where this tune will take us. It's taking me somewhere else, transporting me to a sky. And then you talk to rainbows. What's a rainbow? I don't believe it. And then let's get a little melody. I am begging for you to open your eyes to the government's lies. It's the same lies they preach in the schools and the media and the churches. It's all one. And then they'll assassinate any rotten eggs. They'll say that they were bullied fags. But it's really the fact that there's no such thing as epidemics. It's all gimmicks from the media. They want you to be afraid because fear sells. And the more they sell, the more they give you fear. And the more you're in fear, every year, it'll take over. And then the paint splatters on the wall. And he's too wrapped up in ego to call it a failure. So he says it's something abstract. And then he paints a mustache on his face because he's run out of grace. And then the shoes from Nike, they'll take us somewhere. Just do it. But guess what? There's nothing to do. It's all been done under the sun. And then the guitars, they help us express ideas, but they're still a part of something that is evil. And the bars, they help us drink our troubles, but they'll one day be rebels. And then the rebels, that's a cute word, rebels, because no one is a rebel. We're all under the all-seeing eye. He takes us, he makes us be his servants, do his bidding. His name's Big Brother. There is no other. It's all the conglomerates of commerce and agriculture and everything in between. And then there's an abrupt stop in the road. but it picks up so quickly you don't notice it. And then you get out of your vehicle to learn that you run over your child. But you don't care, you got a good deal on the car. It's just a little blood under the tires now. So you'll clean it off and act like nothing ever happened. Well, if nothing happened, then why am I still drinking out of water bottles? And the lizards in the sewer, they'll crawl out and eat all of mankind. They'll wean us out of home. The homeless men have it right, because they have no bills to pay, even though their bodies decay, and no one wants to have intimacy with them. Doesn't matter, because there's headphones on the bed, and they tell you ideas from another man like me. I'm expressing ideas into your brain, and you'll take my word for it, because you don't have a brain of your own. And then there's something new. But the conglomerates of Congress, they're all for you to die. So let's rewind to chapter 1.
White chalks, just like yesterday when they said you would take her face away, eating fruit like a fool, telling you the golden rule is something else, and you sleep with your dreams of actors portraying Jesus on the cross. And what you didn't know is what the production value cost. And you still become a Black Hawk in the sea. And they still won't tell me who to be. And then sometimes you talk on the internet, but you're like the pot calling the black person black, because you say things like Christian shoves religion down other people's throats, while you are shoving down Xbox and all the things you love. You say that graphics are better on your favorite system. And then you want to call other people preachy. But guess what? There's no locust in the night. And there's nothing that is right. And the ballerinas dance on ice like their shoes have got something to prove. And the loops from the golden arches, they all tangle together like potheads with starches. And then you show off with your hands on your hips, with your hands on your hips, with your flared out nose. And no one knows you like I do. And then Citizen Kane, it drives you insane because it doesn't have enough boobs for your modern taste. For your modern taste. And cell phones, they are wicked and they want you. They want you. Show away the glasses with an Eagle Scout of eyeballs and pizza sauce with pans. And then you spin around in circles like a pink alligator with nothing to lose. He's got his sunglasses and his booze, and he drinks it up with a little umbrella in the glass.
and you're still a citizen of the spirit realm. But you won't believe in God because he's not a character in your favorite video game. And it drives your parents insane. And then the door is locked, but no one's at the door. And your parents call you a whore. And your teacher, she says she won't ignore, but she does, because she's getting paid and it's overwhelming. All the children wait in line to have a word. And then she gets fired for befriending you on Facebook. But it's okay when the guy teachers get caught on the news. And they tricked a student with booze into sleeping with them. And everyone says, where were the male teachers that would fuck me when I was in high school? Oh wait, no, it's the other way around. They say, where's the girl teachers? And no one blinks an eye. And then they say that the male teachers should die. Just like a room where Johnny put a gun in his mouth. And then Danny asks if he's dead when there's a pile of blood by his head. Let him be, leave him alone with Johnny. And some say that movies from the Illuminati. Shake your ass, shake your assets, shake your teeth a king, shake your Novocaine, shake your blah 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 plee da sorati. And the crowd goes wild, and you're just a child lost in a dream, and the crowd says you're our new best friend, and you still won't win. Take me away to a garden where there is no way for you to breathe on my air tubes, for you to talk about me like I'm a sinner, and we all marching to Argo's house, 'cause he won the movie of the year. 'Cause people watch us, so they call him a queer. And then you wait in a room with a pink stuffed animal, because your father will be disappointed if you lose. And the competition's almost about to start, and then your brother makes a fart, and you snap at him. It's not really his fault, it's just your nerves are getting to you. And then you have an interview after the match, and you say, I guess I should have tried a little bit harder. And then you listen to Jesse Carter, and then redheads tell you what to do on the TV. They say you can go to this website and get this for free. And then a lady says, oh, if you buy this product, you can be a messiah. But what they don't tell you is you have to sell your soul to Satan himself. And then the outlets tell you about plugged-in scissors, and everyone knows about your sisters, and nobody knows about State Farm, because they tell you that they're born in a barn. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What if 2012, the world really ended? But you still think you're alive because you befriended some monster from a different dimension, kept you alive in his memory, so you think you're real, but nothing exists. Whoa, whoa. If you were really real, would a song like this even be here? I don't think so. And then the Hyundai, it tells you about Mohande and Kayla and Grande, and you say what you wanna say, and then they accuse you of being gay, and the AARP, they say, don't be, and then the Muslims get treated poorly because they have a different religion. I guess they made a different decision, or maybe they were just born into that, but they don't ever think about that, because you only know what you know, and what you know is that you're always right, and the guy with glasses is always wrong according to you. Well, guess what? What if a Honda Civic stalked your room at night, and someone got out, and it was a guy with a goatee and a gun, and he shot you, and you fell apart like a hamburger in a bun. And then Sony speakers, they speak to you because they're better than anything else you say. That's what they want you to do. But then you say, I just found out that I am part a Jew. Whoa! Is anybody listening? Whoa! Is anybody care? And you just pull down your underwear and expose your penis to your girlfriend for the first time. And you're nervous that she'll think your boner's a little too small. And you're bluffing by saying that you've had sex before. So then you start to put it in, and you realize that you're already finishing. But you don't let her know, 'cause you don't want her to think you wanna take it slow. So you start to procreate, and then you feel like it was shorter than when you masturbate. But you're hoping that maybe she enjoyed it too. But then she never talks to you, and she avoids you and doesn't call you back. And then finally she says, it's just not working out. It's not you, it's me. You'll see. It happens every time. And you wish that you could hit rewind. Like a homosexual couple with wedding rings, staring blankly with the faces of they think they're gonna be judged, and to the camera with glasses and mullets, looking like women from the 90s, afraid of what people will think, like their own shit don't stink. And everyone's afraid of someone, and everyone's afraid of something, like broken cell phones that cost $15 to make in China, but you give up vagina to wait in line and buy the new iPhone 5. Everyone needs a puzzle piece, and it's Jesus, according to the commercial on TV. But they never find it, because they only know the American Jesus that's fictionalized and bastardized and every kind of lies you can add. And no one knows the real one that can help you. And the pugs sit on the couch, listening to DJs talk about biscuits that they have to buy. And your mom's afraid of Katy Perry because her morals are different. And your mom's afraid of computers because she doesn't know how to use them. Well, good, we should all be afraid of computers. We're all afraid of everyone. Like black people. Black people. And the dish is best served cold. So you'll take it on the road. And everyone hates you, everyone hates me, everyone hates you, everyone needs you. Nobody wants to see cleavage from a high school sweetheart posted on the internet, even though they're married now and moved on to a better place, moved on to somewhere where they spray you with mace, and you ran out of grace because you felt your face with cigarettes and fancy things. And everyone wants the cupcakes full of boobs, and everyone wants the cocktail full of booze. And black people, they're afraid of cigarettes. They cause cancer.
3 victims were part of a CXS crew.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
Well, good for them. Take down the white man who ruled this land. Take down the stereotypes and the prejudice, and take down everyone who says a word like nigger. And you pull the trigger, and everyone dies in the school, and they blame it on the media, blame it on your video games. Well, I blame the fireworks that shoot out of boobs on the TV screen. Everyone needs you like I need a gun. Like I need orange slices from a gas station for 98 cents because they're so damn good. That brings me back to my childhood. You're a hoodlum and a rat. You're everything I pat on the back with a cigarette full of sparks of dreams of everything you could never be. And you're a horseshoe with no reason. You're a goddess in the dirt. You're everything they put on the TV screen, the shirts. And the Sufapaloozy. Everyone talks in meaningless shlumalik, blah, 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 blah. Everyone needs a word that's not real. Everyone needs a reason to kill the Taliban because they wear cows on their heads, so you wish they were dead. And everyone smokes, but they don't drive PT Cruisers. And everyone wants a bruiser from their older brother, from their friends, from everything that makes them feel like they belong. And you're afraid, and I'm afraid, and everyone knows it. But we should be very afraid every day. You take me away. You take me away. You take me to a shoehorn in the middle of the desert where Indiana Jones finds aliens, because aliens are definitely supernatural. And you say, I found a dog one day wrapped in a blanket in a dumpster, so I made Jackie get under the blanket and it stinks. Trying to hide from her problems, hide from her past, and everything won't last. When they tell you about the license plate bureau and spaghetti, eating spaghetti off an old license plate because it's called a plate, so you think that it's for your meal, but you rather masturbate. Robin from Howard Stern is better than the robin in the tree because everyone wants to be. Yeah, everyone wants to be. You are everything I seek in the night. You're everything I'm afraid of in the day. You're everything that makes Pitbull gay. You're an orange slice from a tree, and the government still wants to tell me who to be. The government says I'm holy. The government says I'm worthless. The government says that you should wear a hat that says I'm a pawn. But you're already gone. You won't listen to any words I say. You write me off as crazy, but you're really just lazy. And everyone on the cell phones who's ignoring the song, you're already gone. And everyone in the sewer who's eating a pile of manure, you're just like the rest of the government pawns. And you wish for a wishbone on the turkey plate, and you wish for a cell phone when you masturbate. And you're afraid of the guitar running out of steam. Avril Lavigne, and you are afraid of t-shirts with paint splattered on them, red and black, like your heart. And you're worried about short-haired black people that look like Carl Winslow's daughter. And you're worried about all the useless fodder that your parents crammed down your throat. And you're worried about the offensive obscenities on South Park. And you're worried about your dog sleeping in. And let's all know where to begin. Right.